All right, here comes another 8-ball matchup. Jason W. from My Bad, skill level 5, facing off against Cutter from Pool Party, skill level 4. We've got the lag going here. Cutter had set up the balls in the middle of the table. He is new to APA. Just started the last session. Jason's going to get the lag, and Cutter's going to set up to rack here. All right, got a lot of balls off to one side of the table. One of the things you can have happen with that side break. Nothing in, so Cutter's going to come to the table. Looks like he's going to go right off and shoot for the stripes. First pocket, no problem. Second pocket, not quite. A little off on his aim for that second ball on the 9. Jason's going to work on these solids here in the cluster. Almost got that in off of the 9 ball. Gonna bring Cutter back up to the table. Hits the 1 ball on his way to the corner with the 11. Takes him off of his angle. Jason's still looking at that cluster, trying to find ways to get his balls out of there. Not a lot of good options for him here right now with that cue ball placement. And go for the 6 in the corner. Nicely done with bumping the 13 out of the way. Should give him a chance. I'm not sure if that 3 will squeeze by the 9. Yep, it does. Defensive shot on the 1 ball there. I don't believe he wanted it to come that far back away from the 1. Double kiss kind of kicked it back out. Going to give Cutter a fairly easy shot on the 11. Seven goes in easy. The 10 does not, which will bring Jason right back to the table. Looks like he's hooked a little bit there in that pocket and really limit his options. I don't think he can hit the 2 without hitting the rail. 7 and the 5 are both blocked, so another shot at the 1 ball. Goes for a kick. Doesn't quite get what he wants out of that. Gonna give ball in hand to cutter. Nine ball, no problem. I might have gone for the 15 there and just kind of rolled forward a little bit for the 9 to clean everything up. But it's the 13 next. Like he's going to go for the 10. Looks like it's the 12 there up against the 4 ball, or up next to the 4 ball, and the 15 next to the 7. Looks like he's going to try and do something with the 15. Manages a bank right into the side pocket with it. Nice clean shot on the 12 into the upper right corner there. Marks up his side pocket for the 8 ball. Overcut just a little bit. I'll bring Jason back to the table. Jason tries for the 7 ball, doesn't quite make it. Cutter's going to attempt getting that 8 ball into the side pocket again. This is a shot I would be a little bit worried about scratching up into the left upper corner pocket there, but we'll see how Cutter gets on with it. Nice soft shot. Cue ball stops in time to avoid the scratch. That's going to put Cutter getting the first rack in 4 innings. Decent looking spread on the break. Doesn't look like anything went in. Bring Jason to the table. Like he's going to make a shot at that 11 ball into the side. And gets that. Jason will be shooting in stripes this rack. Doesn't quite get the 14 there. He's lined up for the one ball on the side. Makes it. Like he's going to try and follow that up with a 4 ball on the rail. Looked like he might have put a little bit too much bottom on that shot. Slightly off on the angle. Jason gets like the 12 in the corner there. Looking at the 15 on the short rail. Try and clean up the trouble balls. Manages that. Nice rail shot. $14, a little bit off the mark there. Gonna bring cutter back up to the table. Ball's awfully close to the 1 and the 3 there. Makes it a little more difficult to try and gauge where you're going. Like he's going to try and get the 3. Mostly just going for a defensive shot, legal hit, nothing more. Ends up scratching and getting the 2. With a 3-2 combo. Jason's lined up for the 13. Manages to get that in and slide over to the top of the table for the 14. Didn't quite get that one. Cutter's got an easy shot on the 7. Takes that. I don't think he's got much to look at there except for possibly cutting in the 3. Might be able to cut the 4 into that mess, but I don't think that would really get him anywhere if we're trying. Manages the cut angle on the 3. Like he's going for the 5 in the upper right corner. Another good cut. Uses the bridge for one more good shot. Getting a 6 in. Not sure if he can get enough of the 4 ball in order to put it into the corner there with the angle he's got. He's looking all the way down the other end of the table, thinking maybe he can put it up in the left lower corner pocket. Doesn't quite make that go, though. Gonna bring Jason back to the table. Goes for a bank shot. Doesn't quite put the 12 into the side. He's got a pretty straight shot on the 4 up into the corner. Doesn't get the right angle, though. Judges the shot a little bit. Would have been lined up beautifully on the 8. Ace is going to cut that 12 into the side pocket, looks like. Oh, he went for the 9 ball and scrap. I'll bring Cutter back with ball in hand. Just got to decide which way to go on this 4 ball so that he can leave himself with a good shot for the 8. It's 4 in, no problem. Looking at his shot on the 8 ball, might be a little bit worried about the scratch. Manages it. Did come close to the cue ball in both side pockets off of that, but he did manage the shot. That's going to put Cutter on the hill already. Another 5 innings used up for that rack. Jason goes to rack it up again. Cutter manages at least 1 ball in on the break. We'll be working with solids this go around. Seven in the side. No problem. Looks like that 2 might go by the 9. Cheated the pocket a little bit, but made it. Starting to run into some issues with that cluster there. Got 3 balls clustered together with 2 of the stripes. Maybe he was asking if wanted somebody to look at the shot, on the shot. He's lining up on the 6, so should be fairly obvious if he doesn't hit that first. Managed to find a neutral third party to watch the shot. He calls it good. Nothing went in though, so that'll bring Jason up to the table. Jason's got a bit of work cut out for him here. Cutter's already got a good portion of his balls off the table and is on the hill. Jason's first time up to the table for this rack. Didn't quite get the angle on the 9. Don't think Cutter's got a good shot at the 1 or the 3 here. The 5 or the 6 he might be able to make though. On the 6 I'd be a little bit worried about how much movement I'm going to put the 8 through. So he's lining up on the 5. Manages to get that in there. Not happy with himself on the placement though. Cue ball. He wanted a better angle with the 3. Jason gets 13 in the side, gets the cue ball up for the 9. Hits the 9, gives himself good shape on a couple of different balls here. Like the 12 down there on the short rail is going to be his biggest problem. Although the 15 did not go, is at least off the rail this time. That gives Cutter his turn back at the table. It's the 3 in easily enough. Oh, completely missed the 1. Not sure how he missed that one. Looked like a little bit of a miscue. The way that popped in the air. He's just going to start himself off with the 11 ball. Might have to cheat the pocket a little bit to get that in the corner. A little bit of follow, bump with the 1. Has himself lined up on the 12 on the short rail. Nicely done. Brings himself around with decent shape on the 15. Just going to have to get the right angle and spin on this so that he can wind up with a shot on the 8. And it looks like he's got a decent angle for the 8 in the side. Marks his pocket. Calls for a timeout. Quick timeout on that one. And the 8 goes in the side pocket, giving Jason his first point of the match. Only 3 innings. Good spread on the break. However, it does not appear that anything went in. Give Cutter his turn at the table. Doesn't quite get the angle right on the 6. I'll leave the table open still as Jason comes back. Like he's going to line up and try and get the 5 in the side here. Manages that. All right. Jason will be solids this time around. Looks like he can see the 3. Be a tough angle. This goes for the legal hit. Breaks up the cluster down there, but not sure if that was the most favorable results out of that. Cutter goes for the 13 into the corner. 10 might be a tough one. I'm not sure if it goes past the 2 there. Very possibly does. He's going to go for the 15, I think that is, into the side pocket, however. Makes it. Up on the 9 for a rail shot. Does not get the angle right on that one. Jason will come back to the table. Try and get that 4 out of there. Nicely done. Little bump off the 6 and into the pocket. So I can get around the 8 to get the 6 as well for his next shot. Indeed. Bumps the 2 closer to the pocket. Needs to get to the other side of the table with a good angle on the 3 or the 1. So with some draw, I think he's going to go for the 3. Nice shot. Is it going to stop and give him a spot? You know, he can touch the 1. Whether or not he can put it anywhere, that is a question. Oh, almost. A little favorable second kick from the cue ball. Almost put it down into the side, into the corner pocket. He's going to bring Cutter back to the table, though. Cutter's got 5 left on the table. Cutter does manage some nice, smooth, long shots. He has a good, smooth stroke. Now the 10. Looks like he's going to try the combo here with the 12 to the 11. Or he's lining up on the 9, possibly. Trying to decide for himself which of these is the better to take. Looks like he's decided on the 9. And again, nice, long, smooth stroke, no problem whatsoever. The longer shots don't really seem to bother him. Oh, that one was fired off a little bit. More of a jab that time. He didn't use his typical smooth stroke on that shot. Kind of jabbed at it. Jason gets the 1 in the corner. Marks up his pocket for the 8. And puts the 8 away. And tie the score up 2-2. But Cutter is on the hill, and Jason needs to in order to win this match. Okay, Jason's getting ready to break. At least 1 ball in. Looks like one of the stripes. Jason continues. with putting the 10 into the corner and lines himself up on the 13. 11 ball resting up against the 8s. Gonna take a little bit of work, but not too bad, I think. A couple of different spots to get that out of. I take a kick at the 9. I don't think you can put the 15 anywhere from where it's at. I'll bring Cutter back to the table. Put some draw on that, bumps it back into the 6. Doesn't really improve the situation there, just moves the 6 and the, it looks like the 10 or the 12 back up close to the 5. And take another attempt at breaking things up a little bit. Oh, that's actually the 15 up there. Doesn't manage to get anything in a pocket. Jason's looking for somebody to watch the shot on this one. I think he's going to try and put that 15 into the side and needs a neutral third party to watch. Get somebody to come on over and keep an eye on it. Okay. He calls it a good shot, hitting the 15 first. All right, not able to get the 9 in next, however, so we'll bring Cutter back onto the table. Cutter finally decides to take a shot at the 3. Possibly both the 3 and the 4 at the same time. Oh, just the 3. Doesn't quite get the angle he wants for it. Jason's going to have to kick here and try and get the 9. Misses the 9. Does hit the 11, but nothing hits a rail. So ball in hand to Cutter. Like he's gonna start off with the 5 here. Follow it up with the 3 in the other side pocket. Okay. And he get by the 6 for the 4. Looks like it's going to go. No problem there. Left with a 1, 6, and 7 to go. Manages the 1 easily enough. 6 into the side would have the danger of having the cue ball go a little wild, not really able to predict where it might wind up. See how he does. Not bad. Left himself a window to get at the 7. Bit risky with that shot. Doesn't quite get the side pocket with the 7. Jason gets another turn up at the table for this one. Just to try and get around the 8 ball and oh, what's the 8 ball down on the short rail? Better manages the 7 this time, but top shot doesn't do what he needed to do, and he's left having to take a kick shot. Oh, it just misses the 8 ball. Let me give ball in hand to Jason. Top shot's the 9 in. No problem on the 11. Just enough to get the cue ball in good position for the 14. Goes for a little bit of draw, bring himself back for shot at the 8 into the same pocket. and puts it away. That's going to make it hill now after this rack. 4 innings for the rack, and Cutter is going to rack them up again. Narrowly avoid the scratch on the brake on that one. Dry brake though, so Cutter gets to come to the table. Okay, second shot does not go. We do have Cutter getting solids though, so Jason will be working with stripes. Does not get the 15. There goes for a strictly defensive shot, bouncing the 4 off the short route. Nice long shot. Oh, 14 bounces off the 5. I think he was trying to squeeze that in there. There's lined up on the 3. Ken kind of pokes it. Worked for him this time. And typically poke at his shots. Nice smooth stroke for the 5 into the side. I don't think he wanted to go that close to the 7, but gonna work with it. Manages that. He's got a shot on the 6 down the rail, but the 4 and the 2 are a little tied up down there. Oh, 6 just drops. Like it was going to hang on there for a sec. Manages to get the 6. And they have to try and do a kick to get the 4. They got a clean shot on that even. A tight shot. Jason back to the table with quite a bit of work there with the way things are clustered up. Apparently it was ball in hand. Couldn't see it with the camera at all, unfortunately. Let's start off with the 13. Go for a, well, defensive shot goes. I think he was hoping that that didn't go in, but it did. Now he's got to make something else happen. And he goes for another defensive shot. Does, fortunately, not put the cue ball really where he wants it. This cutter will be able to hit that 4. Defensive shot for cutter. Another defensive shot for Jason. Unfortunately, again, left the 9-ball left room for cutter to get by. Came off the rail a little bit more than he really wanted. Nope, no problem there. Well, he did go a little further than I think he really wanted. I think he wanted to not travel quite so far and have a much straighter shot into that corner that he just marked. Have to watch for the scratch on this shot. And kind of shallowed up his cut on that one. Another defensive shot for Jason. Cutter's calling the side pocket here and about to, looks like he's going to try a masse on that. Dangerous situation, as scratching on that would mean loss of the game and loss of the match. He went ahead and took the chance and didn't cost him the match, so all in hand does give Jason his choice of how to try and run these out. A timeout called. Jason B comes over to give Jason W some advice on this shot. Went for a combo bank. Almost made it. Just hit the corner of the side pocket there. I'm just going to attempt the bank shot to get the 8-ball. He is pretty good at banks. A good shot at this one. Not the most high percentage shot, but and he makes the shot. That'll do it for this, giving Cutter the final score of 3-3 and the match for Pool Party.